back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cindy Jean and I make lifestyle and fashion related videos, and in today's video I wanted to do pretty much a second trimester update as well as give you guys a little tips to get you through the second trimester, and hopefully you guys like these tips. Before we get started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to me, and check me out on social media. I'll have my Instagram listed below, and that's where I post most of my fashion content and just more of my day-to-day life. Let's hop right in. Okay guys, so I have like a list of kind of topics that I want to talk about and go through with you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section about the second trimester or anything you guys want me to answer based off of my experience. I actually just came back from the doctor today and we're in the third trimester. It's crazy. I feel like it's been going by super fast. Literally these 3 trimesters, these 9 months go by in a blink of an eye, and before you know it, you already have a child. Like, I can't believe how quickly this has been going, and I can't believe I'm about to have my child. Like, this is crazy. But anyways, let's hop right in. Dive right in with the first one of just how I'm feeling in this trimester now that I'm officially over with the second trimester, now into third. Overall, I feel good. The first trimester, I feel very similar to this one. It's been pretty smooth. I haven't had really any morning sicknesses still, or just any food related issues. Yeah, I've been pretty good. They do say that the second trimester you end up with a lot more energy and you feel good, and I genuinely feel like that. I know during the first trimester I was taking naps a little bit more, but this trimester not sleeping as much. I have more energy. I just feel great. I mean, first trimester I still felt great, but I still feel great. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it of like how I've been feeling. I have no complaints. It's been such a smooth journey, which, you know, by God's grace, I'm so thankful for, because I've heard, you know, some people have like horror stories or just different things that have happened to them throughout the first and second trimesters that I have never experienced, and my experience has been very good. The next portion that I want to talk about is fatigue. I haven't felt really tired. I haven't felt more tired than I usually feel. I will say I do take occasional naps here and there, but not as often as I felt like I took in the first trimester. And I do feel like during the day I have a lot more energy and the more drive to do things and get things done in the morning versus compared to the nighttime. Like, I'm more like, I'm just trying to relax. I don't really have the energy to do anything. If it's not done in the morning, it's just not going to happen. I would say one way to try to combat fatigue is just having a sleep schedule. I tend to sleep around like 10, 11 o'clock at the latest, and I like to start my day 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Just to have like the full 8 hours of sleep. And, you know, when you're pregnant, you be using the bathroom. So at night, you know, I be using the bathroom. But I will say I don't use the bathroom as much anymore at night, just because I limit how much water I drink before going to bed, which alleviates me having to wake up every 2 to 3 hours to use the bathroom. So that's a tip right there. Don't drink as much water before you go to bed. Try to have more of your water throughout the day while you're up moving around compared to at night. The next one I have is morning sickness or like food aversions. I still don't really have any. I will say that I've noticed these past like 2 to 3 weeks prior to being in like the third trimester that like whenever I eat fried food or like eat out processed foods, like my stomach just doesn't sit well with me, where I'll just start to feel nauseous or like I want to throw it up, which makes me wonder, like, what's in this food? Like, I shouldn't be feeling like this. So I've been eating a lot more home cooked meals, which I feel like even in the first trimester I was kind of doing anyways, but just continuing that throughout the second and into the third. We're gonna be eating at home and limiting like how much fried foods we eat. So yeah. So the fourth thing, or the next thing that I want to talk about, is pretty big. This one is stretch marks. I've never had stretch marks a day in my life, like ever. And It is crazy to see that now I have stretch marks. I didn't have it in the first trimester, and then second trimester, I guess towards like the middle portion of it, towards like right now the end, I've noticed a lot more stretch marks, and I'm just like, what is this? It's very like, I don't even know what's going on. And you know, a lot of and I've had a lot of people recommend me the bio oil. I'll link that down below. For me, I feel like the bio oil did not work as well as I feel like I thought it would work. So recently, this has worked for me. I've was recommended some aloe vera gel that I just picked up from Target because I just like, you know, it's right there. But there's also aloe vera juice, which you could do. Either aloe vera gel or aloe vera juice. Putting that on your belly will help alleviate some of the stretch marks. And then I pair it with, it's like the shea butter pregnancy stretch mark lotion. I just pair those two together, and I've noticed a tremendous difference in how my stomach and my stretch marks look compared to how it was prior to using these products. So that's a tip for you if you are looking for things to help with the stretch marks. Definitely try aloe vera, because even if you do like the natural plant, or if you just buy the gel or the juice off of Amazon or Target, adding those, pairing that with like a lotion or moisturizer will definitely help. I also bought some, what is it, Aquaphor and Eucerin lotion, because those really help with moisture. And you know, it's already the colder seasons, so I just be laving that all over my body, and yeah, that tends to work for me. The next thing that I've noticed is that I just feel like throughout the day my muscles in general just feel a little bit more tight, and I just feel a little more stiff, if that makes sense. So one way to combat that is I've been incorporating yoga and stretching throughout the day. Well, not throughout the day, at night. You know, throughout the day when you're like walking around doing stuff, your muscles naturally just try to loosen up, but like another way to help your muscles like relax and for you to feel better is to do yoga, stretching. You can do it in the morning and at night, or in the morning if you prefer. It just depends on your schedule. I tend to do it at night just before I go to bed, just like mentally decompress and just get my mind right for bed and prepared, as a way to just like relax my body. And I feel like it helps. I feel good after just stretching. My muscles don't feel as tight, and I feel like it also helps with like going into like the third trimester and labor. Like just your joints just feel more loose and limber. Like you can do stuff that'll just help with like the labor process if you aren't as tight. So I'll be continuing that into the third, well, I'm already in the third trimester. I'll be just continuing that where I'm at. So another thing that I would say for the second trimester, for me, I didn't really buy maternity clothes. The only thing I bought were 2 pairs of jeans, and then I bought like a skirt set. I think that's it. I think I bought max 4 things maternity wear, and I honestly don't feel like maternity wear is necessary. I did buy, so I don't think maternity wear is necessarily necessary. If you don't have to buy it, or if you don't have the funds, I wouldn't really invest in it. Sometimes it can be kind of expensive. Really get the necessary wear out of the maternity wear for the cost that you pay for it. But I will recommend that, depending on when you get pregnant, I feel like the seasons kind of vary. For me, it is the winter time, so I did buy 2 pairs of jeans because I like to wear jeans and just to stay warmer. Sometimes leggings just don't cut it, and I did buy 2 pairs of maternity leggings, which I'm currently wearing them now, just because I know it's gonna be comfortable. I'll probably wear it after like pregnancy. And when it came to buying like maternity pieces, I looked for pieces that I felt like I could wear afterwards. So for me, it was just 2 pairs of jeans and 2 leggings, and then I had bought like a skirt and then like a cardigan, but it's like high-waisted, so I could really wear it whenever. So I would say don't invest in it. Definitely, if you have the money, you can buy a couple pieces, but I would say really work with what's in your closet. And if you do go shopping, size up. And if you do go shopping, I would recommend sizing up, but also just buying pieces that have a lot of stretch in it, a lot of knits, cotton, just things that will form to your body no matter no matter what stage you are at. Like, there's just stretch, so like if you stretch this, it'll go back, and that's just where my mindset has been when it comes to clothes. Another thing that the second trimester has brought me is hormones. We love them, we hate them. Like, I had them in the first trimester. I mean, you always have hormones in general, But I have noticed I cry a lot more. I cried a lot more in the second trimester than I feel like I ever had. And it'll just be like the smallest thing where just like I'm tearing up for, I don't even know. I was watching this video on Chick-fil-A. They have their 5-minute like cartoon animation thing during like the Christmas time or whatever, and I watched it and I was like tearing up, like this is so beautiful, and I was just like, what the heck, like who are you? And I was watching, like when I watch different shows, movies, and it's like something that sentimental happens or something beautiful to me happens, like I'll just like tearing up and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was so sweet. And I'm like, who is this person? Like, I'm not this emotional, so what's going on? So be mindful of that. When you get the pregnancy, girl, these hormones are going to be raging, and you're going to be crying some days you're going to feel super overwhelmed. Like, it's just going to be a lot of emotion, and I feel like I've been going through that, trying to process it and, you know, take it one day at a time, and not let like myself be too overwhelmed, or just not let it get to me too much. Another huge thing that happened in the second trimester is baby movements. We love them. I feel like I started feeling my baby move around week 20, between 20 to 22. That's when I started feeling the baby move, and I was shook. First, it was weird. Like, I was feeling it, and I was like, this feels a little, I don't know, something's going on in there. And then, like, as it kept, like, persisting and I kept feeling it more often, I was like, okay, my baby is moving. And it was kind of creepy. And then now that I'm, like, done with the second trimester, I feel it a lot more. And it's, I don't know how to explain it. At first, you would kind of feel like bubbles or, like, gas, but now I can, like, identify my baby like kicking me, and I'm just like, okay, like I fed you, I gave you a place to live, like there should be no reason for why you're kicking me. But now I look forward to it because it just means like our baby is growing, there's movement going on. I think I'll be more worried if they didn't move. And it just means like everything is okay. So I feel like, you know, that's where my mind is, you know, they're moving. It's good with me. And now I'm starting to feel them like, I don't know, like turn. Like it doesn't feel like a kick. It feels different. Like sometimes I'll feel the kicks, but then sometimes there'll be added movement where I'm like, are you like turning? Are you moving? Because it kind of, it's giving me that type of vibe. And I've been able to like slightly record them. I say them, but him or her, the fetus, the baby. I've been feeling them a lot like more with just different movements, and it's been so sweet, like me communicating with them, and I'll like try to play with them in my stomach while I just kind of like poke them and see if they'll like respond back, which has been pretty exciting for us. Another thing that I would say was just being mindful of like the advice you get. Everyone has their own opinions, and you're gonna get a lot of it from so many different sources, whether that's like family members, in-laws, friends, Google. You know, Google will be telling you everything. Just be mindful of that, because I feel like you can get a lot and it can be overstimulated. Like it'll have your mind just like racing based off of different scenarios and based off of other people's experiences, and everyone's experience is not going to be your experience. Your experience is different. You're different. Like I would genuinely feel like I didn't realize that until after, you know, I got pregnant. You know, you hear stories of people having like really bad morning sickness. They'll have all these things, and I feel like I didn't experience that. And I felt like prior to being pregnant, I was scared, like, oh my gosh, I'll have morning sickness, I hate throwing up, I don't want to like gain all this weight, I don't want like skin complications. Like I just didn't want a lot of these things that came with pregnancy for some people. Of course, for me, I didn't experience any of that, so I felt like God was really gracious to me in that aspect of like this pregnancy. And you know, it just made me see that, you know, don't listen to everyone's opinion, don't listen to everyone's advice, because it may not happen to you, and not everyone's advice is beneficial, and not everyone's experience needs to be said to you. I mean, like, especially when it comes to like traumatic things, sometimes people do share those things with you, and I feel like it doesn't put your head in like the right mind state, and it can have you worrying, have you feeling like down, and just so many other things. And I feel like that's not really necessary. That's not what you want to hear, especially going into this new season in your life. Like, You want the positive vibes. Like, I don't want to hear negative experiences. Whether it comes from like hospital birth, water birth, like whatever the case may be. Like, I just didn't want to hear it because I felt like it put me in like a space where I just didn't need to be. So just be mindful of advice. You know, talk to your doctors, of course. Use your own judgment and figure out what works for you and your family when it comes to whatever advice you get. Just use it. What is it? Use it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Take that advice with a grain of salt because you know it may not apply to you. And if it's not really, if you feel like it's not beneficial, then you know take it out your let it go in one ear and out the other. And the biggest thing I would say is just enjoy this season in your life. Like, it goes by so fast. I can't believe this. I have about 3 months left, and I'm just taking it in. And I feel like that's why we're on Instagram and YouTube and just sharing this experience of this new experience that we're experiencing, that once we can have these memories, and we're just excited. Yeah, this third trimester, like, pregnancy goes by so fast. And now that I'm in the third trimester, I'm getting a little bit more anxious, a little bit more nervous about like what's about to happen. And there's a thing called perineal massages, and I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to them. They help you with labor and like making sure you kind of don't tear, but chill. I'm scared. Like, oh my gosh, it's making me like a little more scared and nervous. If you don't know what that is, definitely look it up, and you will find out. That is pretty much all that I had for this video in my second trimester update, and like giving you guys tips and advice on which I learned throughout this process. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to your girl, turn that post notification on so you can get notified whenever I drop a video, and you know, enjoy this little fam. Check me out everywhere. I'm on TikTok as well. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, let's talk later. Bye.